quick updates on Sun TV. I'm not a real fan of noir, but Mob City on TNT got my attention because I believe it was the producer and the lead were heavily involved in The Walking Dead. Great show, the zombies. Of course, these guys aren't zombies at this time, but it's noir, taking you back to the 20s, 30s, and 40s, I believe, is what this traversed, and the decades it traversed with the mafia building up, Bugsy Siegel, Meyer Lansky, all the rest, and the police in LA as they were trying to fight it. My problem with noir generally is it's almost too dark. Everybody talks like this. She died. I love you. Wow. Everybody's smoking cigarettes. Not much emotion. Things are happening. And jazz always playing. Jazz is great music. I'm not the greatest lover of jazz. There are certain parts of jazz I like. But jazz is always playing. It won't go away. So all we heard was jazz and wow. And somebody got hurt and nobody seems to show any emotion when it happens. That went on for the first 3 hours. So 6 hours, 3 2-hour episodes. But after that third hour, things really started picking up. And it just took off. And the ending scene was a reminder of Bonnie and Clyde when they got aerated. We all know what happened to Bugsy Siegel, so there's no surprises, but his aeration was almost as good a scene as, or even better than Bonnie and Clyde's aeration. I love it when you see people get air conditioned. Incredible. It was, the last 3 hours were really good. Action picked up, things started coming together. The noir just kind of went away, and in many ways, and the emotion was there. Excellent. The last 3 hours, I recommend it highly. The Daily Show and Colbert Report. You got to watch that every day. Period. You go on the web. It's two of the greatest shows on TV. You know it's still great, the Colbert Report, because some of my friends still come up to me and ask me, is Colbert conservative? What incredible satirical, man's incredible. Jon Stewart has his own way of downplaying it, but being incredibly funny. And his repartee with Bill O'Reilly is really great, and his show is great. And you should watch, I think it was last night or the night before, one of the last 2 nights, I think it was Friday or Thursday, and see when he had Nancy Pelosi on there. And what a great reporter this man is in his own way, and how funny he is. He brings her on and basically says, don't tell me about how you make the laws, tell me about how you put them into effect. And she couldn't answer, I mean, she was horrible. You should watch this. And she starts leaning back. She's showing her physical, getting nervous, kind of leaning back away from Jon Stewart as he kept pushing it. Well, tell me how you put it together. And then she was doing all the rest of them. It's their fault. I mean, we can put together a great law, but hey, they got to make it happen. If they didn't make it happen, it isn't my fault, because the law was great when I did it, so it's all their fault. Talk about the dysfunction in Washington. What a great part of the show. And then, of course, the first part of the show, which you can't miss either, was the snow in Atlanta, the 2 inches, and what went on there. But watch Nancy Pelosi as she squirms, and he wasn't even trying to make her squirm. And it tells you what's going on in Congress. We got to get rid of these people. We got to have an overhaul. This November we got our shot, and in 2016 we got our shot. We got to do it. Don't just pass laws, Congress. Tell us how you're going to make them happen. Peace.